Baldwin Wallace just concluded an exciting weekend here on Monday afternoon at Shaker Country Club. We're here with head coach Wayne Schneider and with the medalist of this tournament, Scott Schroeder. We'll talk to Scott about his individual performance in a minute, but Coach, your thoughts on a 9-stroke victory in a field that contained not only a really good John Carroll team, but a Lakeland team that also competed well.
I think they did outstanding, especially course conditions. The rough is very thick, and the greens had just been aerated, so they're a little bumpy. But I think they played very well. They kept their game moving even through some adversity. Scores weren't as low as they usually are, but all the teams had problems with the conditions this past 2 days. But I thought they did a great job, and we've won 3 out of 4 now, the Battle of the Cuyahoga against John Carroll. And Lakeland's very good, too. They're a D2 junior college. They have some very good players also. But our guys played well, they endured, they persevered throughout the conditions out there, and we got a nice sunny day today, so hopefully next weekend will springboard us into a nice finish for the OAC spring tournament.
And we'll certainly touch on that. The fact of the matter is this course was playing extremely difficult today. The rough in some places was so deep that your shoes disappeared, let alone the ball in the club. When you had chances where you didn't drive the ball in the fairway and you had to get out of that thick rough, what was the mentality for you?
I was basically just trying to make contact. Honestly, a lot of the time I was near the green, and I was just trying to put it in the back of my stance and just make contact with the ball just to get it up on the green, just because the rough was just so unbelievably thick. It was almost unplayable, but obviously we got through it, but it was definitely tough.
Well, clearly it was playable because Scott went out and shot 77 yesterday. 74 today was the low round of the entire tournament. Let's walk through some of the holes that you played well on, starting with the par 5 third hole, a long, tight hole with some real thick rough.
Yeah, I basically just ripped a drive down the center, and then I was like 275, so I just hit 3-wood over the creek. Then I took a wedge, and I put it to like 15 feet, and I just sort of hit it a little too hard, but it took the break out, and it just back of the cup and went in, so that worked out well, and then that got me sort of moving, and then after that I had a couple bad holes, but then I finished up pretty strong.
How about the 10th hole? I know that was a difficult hole for you yesterday, but obviously you rebounded well today.
Yeah, yesterday I basically shanked one off the tee out of bounds, and that was frustrating. So then I was like, well, I'm going to hit the same club because I think I'm swinging well today, and I hit it on the par 4 and 1, so I was pretty happy with that.
Not too many times you drive a green on a par 4, especially in conditions like this. The fact of the matter is you've got some momentum. You won this tournament, and now you're going into next weekend. And we'll spend some time talking about the OAC tournament later on. But how proud are you of a team that in some areas is still pretty young, even though you have a veteran leader like Scott?
Well, it's always nice to have a leader like Scott who's consistent. Every week you know you're going to get low scores from him. He's probably the best, if not one of the best, golfers in our conference. He's proven that he's been Ohio Conference Player of the Week maybe 5 times now.
4
going on 5.
Hopefully.
And so he's had a great career. And then we have, in our top 5, we have 2 freshmen playing too. So the future looks bright. We have 2 freshmen. We have a sophomore and on the top 5. So 3 out of those 5 guys are coming back next year. Plus we have a good group coming in. We have 5 freshmen coming in next fall who have very good high school credentials, and so the future looks bright. And I think a tournament like today with adverse conditions, it just shows the guys they can play with anybody, because John Carroll, I believe, was 2nd place in the fall OAC tournament, so they're a very good team. So to beat them it speaks well for these players.
It was a 9-stroke victory for the Yellow Jackets, who get ready now for a week of practice. It's a short week considering it's Monday afternoon. The OAC spring tournament starts at River Greens in West Lafayette on Friday, so just a couple days between that turnaround. We'll be back next time here on BWYellowJackets.com from the OAC Championship meet in West Lafayette.